stuff like that. There's going to be a couple of ways for me to go. So, where is, not that map, that back. Okay, so there's a line over here. I'm going to have to go down, and there's a line over there, but I think those two loop back together, so I'm not worried about that. I should go back and get some arrows, so I'm 20 years behind. Feels like that, doesn't it? I'm honestly tossing up just taking a quick break and going and grabbing a coffee and stuff. I might actually do that. I don't usually take breaks during a regular stream and stuff like that, but I feel like I'm just gonna get stuck in a perpetual yawn and stretch situation. So I might as well. I get some more arrows. I get some more arrows. I'll try to blast the fucking ad. I don't have room for this. I want to keep that for the moment, and I need health and stuff. Yeah, I'll just pop an ad up. And I'm not sure how long it's going to take me because, like, I gotta wait for the jug and shit, so I'm just going to go to the bathroom and crap while I'm up. So, yeah. I'll be back in a little bit. What thing? I see you, Viken, waking up, wagging your tail, hearing coffee. I'll make you one too, Viken. Alright, welcome back. Thanks everybody for waiting. Just, hopefully give Viken his coffee too. There you go. Alright. I got a coffee, and yeah, kind of good to know like roughly how long that takes, because like my jug must take like 5 minutes to boil or something, because like, it takes a long time. I've always just thought that it takes like 3 minutes, and then I realized I'm thinking of the toaster. And yeah, apparently my jug kettle, for fucking anybody that's international and stuff, actually takes it closer to 5 minutes, which is why I always underestimate how long a be right back should be when I'm making coffee. But yeah, now that I know, a coffee break is never 5 minutes in this house, because the jug will take up all that time, unless I've got it absolutely ready to pour with like milk in it. And I'm not somebody that likes milk already pre-poured into my coffee before heat. So yeah, I'm gonna grab some potions and some shit. Also, welcome in, Keelan. Sorry, I was on a coffee grabbing expedition. I was on a coffee position. I'm tired. that's all it is I'm tired tonight. The cricket's in the background. It was so lovely hearing the ambience of like Diablo in the background, because like Luke Ghislaine's music is just gorgeous. It's always so beautiful to listen to. And yeah, sort of wandering off and hearing that is really nice. You know, I'll just put a decoy further back. Probably seeing coffee jumps around. Lol. No, that's a little very excited Viken. Just pour milk and put it in the fridge, and then just add coffee. Yeah, see, that's totally fine if you're doing like an iced coffee and stuff like that. I would definitely do that if I was doing like an iced coffee. Like if I wanted to do a really nice iced coffee or something like that, I'd make like a really hard shot of coffee, like an espresso sort of hit, and then I'd add that to like cold milk. I'm also lactose intolerant, so I realized, I'm gonna forget this again like immediately, but I realized why my coffees vary so much, and a little bit of it is to do with the milk we use. So we sometimes have lactose-free milk, and sometimes we can't afford it. So we just get normal milk, and I just make do, right? And at the moment we've got normal milk, and lactose-free milk is sweet. It's a lot sweeter than regular milk. So whenever I make a coffee and it tastes like really nice or really sweet, it's usually the lactose-free ones. Whereas the other ones are always really like bitter. Even though, like, I make 2 coffees in 1 cup, so 4 sugars, 2 tablespoons of coffee, like, there's a lot. I realize that sounds like a lot of coffee. But yeah, it's 2 tablespoons of coffee, 4 sugar stick things, whatever. We used to have actual just granulated sugar in a container, but we have like a lot of issues with ants and humidity and stuff around here, so it was just easier to get like packeted little like paper packet ones. Plus the paper packet ones come in a box, so it's all like more biodegradable shit anyway, which is really nice. So yeah, of course we have to still keep them in a hard container just like raw sugar would, but we don't get as much of an issue with like, I don't know, everything like humidity wise. This shit doesn't end up with like, the sugar never really went moldy, but it went like solid. That shit's hard to like get a little bit out when you're trying to like crack the fucking surface of the sugar. This coffee wagging tail happily starts running and jumping around very fast. Continues running and jumping around fast, waiting to happily smiling. No, I'm glad you got energy biking. If you could just slide some of that my way, I'd love some. You know? But yeah. I realize like a lot of it is just like when I first wake up, I'm pretty chill, relaxed for like at least like the first hour, and then usually that's when I'm live, is like after I've been awake for like an hour. And so yeah, I take a couple of hours to kind of like really get there. Not so much like wake up and stuff, but like, I don't know. Whenever it's like this, whenever I'm playing like Diablo, it's soothing and it's relaxing, and I just like, I feel calm. So it emphasizes any level of tiredness I might have, because it just relaxes me, you know? Whereas other games, like if I was to jump in and play Doom or something like that, that immediately gets my heart rate up kind of thing, because I've got to like run around and avoid dying and all sorts of stuff. But yeah, I realized that I probably should be making like coffees and stuff here or there. I've got energy drinks though at the moment. I've still got a little bit of energy drinks left over from the 15-hour stream, so I love how this fire shrine looks. Like, look at it. It's so pretty. Mate, no. You guys aren't even doing fire. Makes sense. This is also after running around. Goes to really sadly stand waiting until happily suddenly will flush. No. You can come and chill out, Viking. Yeah, no, Azula's upside down. I just looked back over my shoulder and Azula's just like on the ground upside down. Very cute. I patted her when I came back into room. I don't think she realized I left the room. I think she went into like deep sleep. But yeah, I don't know. Just over summer, I tend to struggle to sleep more often. But when we hit winter, I will find sleeping is easier. It'll take me less time to fall asleep, and it will take me a little bit more time to wake up, but I'll get better sleep when I'm asleep. Whereas in summer, as I've said, temperature fluctuates all day. There's various noises. A lot of people are out doing stuff because it's daytime. Like, there's a lot more levels of disruption in summer for a daytime sleeper. So, yeah, it's a bit harder, but whatever. It's just a couple of months of shit sleep. And, yeah. And then we get into, like, everybody's contaminated with the flu, and it's like, be gone! Throwing rocks. I just imagine I leave my house, and, like, I just start throwing rocks at people. It's like, stay away from me! Sorry. This is just shit that I think of. Somebody in here is reclaiming their life really strongly, and I think they're taking my Valkyrie's one by exchange. Oh man. All I can think of is, I don't know. All I can think of is my partner brought home cat litter today. Sorry, this is just what's on my mind. It's just, it's capping my ability to think at the moment. Is my partner brought home cat litter today, right? And cat litter has gotten so fucking small now. Like, the bags of it that you get have gotten so fucking small. I don't know if they're trying to compensate for the increase in price by, like, having smaller bags, which are at a more affordable price range and shit like that. But I'm like, they don't obviously go as far as, like, the bigger bags do and stuff. And I was looking at the bag before and I'm like, man, that's tiny. Oh, wait, did I find him up here? Hey, he's up here for once. Nice. Anyway, basically speaking is I need to do the cat boxes. And, yeah, I don't know. I feel like the tiny bags of cat litter, I feel like I'm being ripped off. I probably am. Probably everybody is. But yeah, it was bugging me because I'm like, why is this bag so tiny? Whoa! What the hell was that? I would love to see what the effect on me is. I don't know what that is. Not saying, but they would frown upon that at the hospital I work at. Walking around pegging rocks at people. I am sure that that's frowned upon in many places. In New Valkyrie. So happily brushing face against wall plush while snuggling it. No, I'll give you some pats, Viking. Glad that you've like settled down a little bit after your coffee. I need to move back and get... I have no mana. This guy is... Whatever this is, I'm having mana seep out at the moment. It's tempting though. Man, isn't it? Like just, like I'm not encouraging people to be like throwing rocks at other people and stuff, but like some days it really be feeling like that. Like you go outside, it's specifically I'm thinking about when we get into like flu time for me, is like somebody starts like hocking up a lung basically nearby, and because like I've got a pretty weak immune system, I'm just like, I don't know, my first thought is to just throw a rock in their direction and be like, scram! And just like try to get them gone. But yeah, I could see that not going very well. I'm sorry. This is like, we have the best streams when I'm really tired because it's just absolutely nonsense. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just glad that like I have OCD, I guess, that I'm not likely to actually like bend down and pick up a rock because I wouldn't touch the rock in the first place. I'm gonna have more of my coffee because like, I don't know. It's this crazy talk. You know what's funny? I used to have, one of the places I worked at for a really long time, I used to have a lion mug. And it was a really pretty mug with like lions depicted on it and stuff. And it was my mug. It was actually a birthday gift that my mum gave me, I think. And I really liked it because I like lions and shit, right? And I remember my co-workers, my bosses, they legitimately just thought it belonged to the company. And like before long, I found that like my boss and stuff started using it all the time. I'm like, that's my birthday gift, can you not? And yeah, anyway, when I left, I wasn't allowed to take my fucking mug with me. Like they actually like hid it. So I just bought I bought one of my own. I bought a lion mug of my own. Oh, there he goes. Yeah. Yeah, no, there was pretty shit company, to be fair. Pretty shit people in that company. But, yeah, they hid it, because I came back a while later to buy another computer, a whole bunch of parts and shit that I was building my own computer, and I saw some random staff member walking around with it, and I'm like, it is still here, because they told me that it broke, and therefore, like, obviously I couldn't take it and stuff. My girlfriend says it's hilarious when I'm delirious. Yeah, no, generally speaking, more tired.
Seekers of the tomb of Tal Rasha will find it through the portal, but know that the glowing glyphs recorded here in my arcane sanctuary are the signs of the 6 false tombs. The missing 7th sign marks the tomb of Tal Rasha. Of the Herodrum, he might be called the foremost. It was a shining but brief moment for the mage clans when they set aside their differences and worked together against the common enemy. The Herodrum relentlessly pursued the 3 across the desolate empires of the east and even into the uncharted lands of the west, leaving the Archangel Tyrael's hands unblemished. Presuming the 3 to be vanquished, the Herodrum's unstable fellowship began to dissipate. Abandoning their sacred charge to safeguard the 3 soul stones, the disparate mage clans began to squabble amongst each other over petty differences. Their conflicts not only dissolved their brotherhood, but might strengthen the evils which they had buried beneath the cold earth.
I can't tell off the bat which symbol is missing. I thought it was square at first, but I'm pretty sure that one's just square. But it'll show me in here. Too many crap companies these days. Yeah. Where is it? Oh, it's that one. Oh, that's nice. I don't get this symbol very often. I don't feel like I've had that for a very long time. Usually I get like a square or the triangle, or like something simple like a circle or some shit, or this one over here every so often. I don't mind that. I've had this one, that one, that one. I don't think I've had that for a long time. I've had the square and I've had that, but I haven't had this for an extremely long time. I can only imagine I've only had that like once or twice. But I know it's here. I've still got to clear out the whole rest of this place. As I happily continue selling will flash smiles. No. It's a pad squawking. Yeah, no, yeah, usually whenever I'm like really tired and stuff, usually we just have like silly shenanigans and stuff like that. Like, it's normally the streams where I say like the most random shit. Then unintentionally, I'm just generally very tired, and so my brain doesn't like complete a sentence that great. So as a result, we end up with like some kind of like wild gibberish and stuff, and that's always really funny. Or like we get some like woodline susness or something. That's usually just what happens. They're mostly hitting a lighter up the back here. I don't like that. But yeah. No, as for like company stuff, I've definitely worked at like a few crap ones. I kind of like, in hindsight, I've talked about this before, in the like hindsight of like growing older and being able to like connect dots and stuff like that. I now know what, like, if I find a company that feels familiar, run. Just run. Like, there's descriptors and stuff like that. I'm not going to go into them and stuff, but like there's a certain type of company that exists, sort of thing, and I know what it is now. And it's one of those, if I could avoid it, I definitely would. I'm not as, was it not as filtered when I'm tired, delirious? Yeah, sort of same. Usually I won't stream if I'm really, really tired, not because of like filter issues or anything, but just because like my level of like tolerance is really down. So if somebody does stuff like on average and it doesn't normally bother me, I'm more likely to actually like call it out when I'm tired. And normally it's not, like, it's really, really bluntly done. So normally what I've done in the past is I've streamed and then something's like, not like set me off, but like got me to actually like address it in that day because I'm like tired and I just don't have the patience for it, kind of thing. But on the average day, it doesn't really like bother me. It's just like, it's a thing. And yeah. So I just kind of like, I know when I'm really, really tired, I won't stream because there's a pretty fair chance that I might go off at somebody, and nobody deserves that, you know? If you're coming here to like chill out and just whatever, like, you don't deserve to be like told off kind of thing. Like, obviously if you're doing something stupid or annoying purposely, then yes, you're gonna get told off. But yeah, just for like existing, that's not cool. But yeah, this one connects back here, so I'll just walk down there in a second, get it done. But yeah, as for like when I'm just a little bit tired like today, like I know I'm tired. I'm not like, oh, I need to sleep levels of tired. I'm just like, I'm feeling a little lazy, you know? I'm just feeling a little unenergetic kind of thing. That's all I feel like today. It's like nothing special. Just no overcomplicated, no difficult tasks kind of thing, just whatever. But yeah, I know I've got chores and shit to do today. Like, I got laundry, I got cat boxes, you know, all that stuff. I'll probably just do them straight after stream tonight, just to get them out of the way. Because otherwise, if I like wait until like I'm finished with everything, which has usually been like 9 AM, I just won't have that energy, and then it'll be like annoyingly exhausted at that point. Valkyrie, are you not able to get into this battle, or what are you doing? Come here. Let's get you gone, sir. There you go. Alright. I don't mind that I'm doing poison damage and stuff. I obviously like the fucking freeze damage, poison damage, plus fire damage. I do a fair bit of like various elemental damages. You stay down there, mate. Somebody in here looked like they were green to begin with. I don't know if Eliza's going to join us or if she's like legitimately stuck. She might. I'll probably have to walk further down here. There she is. She's like a spider. I'm not joking. She's like this fucking spider that just creeps into the corner of the screen every so often. I've noticed that. I'm like minding my own business. Next minute, Eliza scurries in the corner. Bothers me some days. Alright. Well. Off we go. Mate. I was gonna say, yeah, we connected up here. There was a ghost or something. Where the fuck did that spectral go? Might have gone down this way. But yeah, there's like the whole rest of this place. He's never normally up, so I was surprised by that. Because he's usually down the bottom for me. Alright. Let's have some of my coffee. Let's see, I've got most of a full inventory. I could definitely use the portal and go back for a moment since we're like right here. Because I think I've got... The worst part is I found the bastard first go. I fucking always find the bastard first go. Like, okay, not every single time, but a lot of the time I find him on the like the first passageway that I traverse. And I'm like, the game doesn't automatically just place him wherever I'm going, right? It's a set map. You walk in and you do the thing. And so yeah, I always find it really weird when I fucking path my way straight to him. I guess everybody wants to talk to me in town now.
Faith is stronger than any armor. The shield will protect the body, but faith will strengthen the courageous heart. I feel no pity for that would-be summoner. His terrible ambition for demonic power was his undoing. You merely hastened the inevitable.
Alright. So, I've still got to talk to Kane to identify my shit. If I could honestly keep a stack of fucking arrows in my stash, it would save me so much money. But I haven't been able to do that yet. If this had a better two-hand damage, I would love to use it because it's a 5-socketed bow. Like, if the base of it, if it wasn't 5, if it was even just on the 11 on the base side of its two-hand damage, I would probably put shit in that. Not great, but like, yeah, I could play with that. Actually, Kane, why didn't you want to talk to me about 7 tombs, maybe?
Diablo nears his goal. We have little time to lose. Remember, my friend, that Andariel gave herself willingly to Diablo's cause. It would be prudent to assume that the other evils will attempt to aid their master as well.
I love how, okay, I've never noticed this, but how foreboding that is. That Duriel is in waiting kind of thing. It's one of those things where like you wouldn't really click. Oh, most people probably do, but for me it's never really like been noticeable that he's actually suggesting that, you know, other people, other demons, not like the primevals themselves, might be laying in wait and stuff. But yeah, I've got a lot of mana. What? Every time I drop something I have to pick it up, it ends up like cancelling talking to Farah. I don't think I got anything in the sash thingy, the cube. And I've got everything else. Alright, let's keep going and clearing. Once tail stops wagging, falls asleep, snuggling wolf plush. Actually, I might have to talk to... You're gonna might have something to say.
Ask
You?
and learn.
No, you don't. You only had something about the summoner. Okay. So it would just be those two. Yeah, for some reason, I noticed that the... What do you call them? The kind of conversational prompts that you get from like Kane and townspeople and stuff, I tend to get one, and then I seem to automatically disable the others by talking to one person. So yeah, I don't know. It's one of those kind of things where I'm like, I don't think it's a huge glitch, but I definitely forget to talk to some townspeople sometimes because, you know, I don't know, if you play Diablo a lot, you know, there's only so many times that you actually like bother to talk to townspeople with the quest when you're repeating the game, when you've already completed the game, right? So when I'm coming back through, unless they're like lit up, I'm not generally thinking to talk to them about something, but most of the time they will have something to talk about. You play with her over there. I might actually just set you on fire briefly because I think the ghouls are immune to cold. Eliza's in like the thick of this too. I feel like the coffee's working, but now I feel like my heart's actually like getting going at the moment, and I'm like, I wasn't expecting it to like increase my heart rate. I did do some breathing and shit though when I was waiting for the jug to boil, because I'm like, you know, maybe it's also like a lack of oxygen sort of thing, in the sense that I'm pretty chill running around just killing stuff. I don't think this way goes very far. I'll come back to you in a minute, mate. So sometimes if you're really stationary and you're not doing a lot of like heart pumping, breathing kind of stuff, you can sometimes be in a situation where you're just not getting enough oxygen, and that's why you're like tired. So I kind of thought, oh, maybe that was it, because I'm like, I pretty much just woke up today and I sat down and I started playing games, and Diablo is pretty relaxing, but it's one of those games where like I don't really get like a racing heart playing it. I think there's no like heavy breathing. Can you imagine if I'm playing a game where I'm like panting into the microphone? Jesus, that would be, there's a niche for that. But yeah, anyway, so I was thinking about it and I'm like, oh, maybe I'm just not getting enough oxygen playing Diablo or something like that. In the same way as like playing PUBG, I don't get a lot of oxygen playing that because like my heart doesn't get racing or anything. It's just a really calming game. It's not a game. It depends on the game. There are games out there. I can't play them on Twitch, but they exist. I know that they exist. But anyway, yeah. I don't know, it also, I guess, depends on the penalties for the game. Like, you know how some people, like, I'm not going to go too far into this conversation, but like, you know how some people have like penalty conditions for stream, like if they get like so many subs or something like that, they have to wear like a silly hat, or they have to write a name or something, or a word on their forehead or something for like the rest of the stream, things like that. And like, depends what the penalties are. It's like, it can devolve into that kind of thing. I'm sure of it. I'm sure there's streamers out there that've got that. You know, I was just thinking, the face cammers that have like the words on their forehead, I wonder how frequently they go out to like the shops or something afterwards and like legitimately forget that they have a word written on their forehead. Because that's gotta happen, right? Like, there's gotta be the occasional person that like jumps up at the end of a stream and it's like, cool, I've gotta like run to shops before they close, but they forget that they've wrote something like dickhead or something across their head. And it has to have happened, right? Yeah. Like, I've never personally come across somebody that's got something written across their forehead, but I have come across somebody, at least at like my local Woolies and stuff, that has like various words and stuff written all up and down their legs and stuff. And like, there's a lot to question with that particular sentence, but like, yeah, from my perspective, I'm like, oh, it could have just been like, you know, any daycare worker or something like that with like a bunch of bored children and a marker and stuff like that. Like, you know, that's usually my first assumption, is something relatively wholesome-ish kind of thing. But, not always. I love how Eliza's just like actually staying out of the way tonight. I don't know if it's this area or what, although I kind of wish my Valkyrie would actually get in the fight. There she goes. I just had to put my decoy further back. But yeah, that's the best part about being, at least in my opinion, one of the best parts about being a VTuber is I can write stuff on my character, and if it happens to be their like the next stream, that's fine, but when I end stream, it doesn't traverse around the house with me. The character does enough moaning and groaning when she gets there. I know, right? This is the thing, is when I'm editing and shit, right? Diablo is one of the few streams that I can't generally, like, play back. Like, Diablo is a game where if I'm listening to it, I have to be playing it. And whenever I put a decoy, this bitch, into the middle of a fight, and she's constantly getting hit, she's always, like, fucking carrying on and stuff. And I'm like, I remember one of the first times I actually sat down to edit Diablo, right? And I'm like, most of the time, like, I only need to hear, like, the start and the end of a stream to be able to time where to cut and finish a fucking collection of, like, parts, right? And so I hadn't really been listening to, like, all the way in, because I don't usually have a character at the start and the finish. And I was listening back for some part of it, and all I found was, like, she was grunting all the time. I'm like, what the fuck is grunting? Because I had it pretty low. I had the volume pretty low. I'm like, what the fuck is grunting in the background? And then, yeah, I'm like, oh, well, nothing I can do about that. They made choices, alright? They made choices of this game. But yeah, I get that sometimes when I'm listening to other people streaming, like, not Diablo, because I don't generally watch other people play Diablo, I have to be playing it myself. But there's sometimes you'll be minding your own business, kind of like not really paying attention, and then the next minute, like one of the tabs or something like that, just like, is suddenly really loud.